Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Please introduce us. We are Kurniawaty Yusuf and Rini Sudarmanti. We are come from Communication Science, Universitas Paramarina Jakarta, Indonesia. Our research paper is the portrayal of Indonesian women's role in Wastra Nusantara. For introductions, we interested in Wastra because it is going to be popular today, and Wastra is not only batik. Wastra is traditional clothes that containing meaningful symbols. It's not fabricant and it's really particularly unique. Some of them are only owned by certain people. For example, for your court family, religious or social elders, and also others who have important position in society. As traditional product, Wastra can be a national identity, communicating culture and transmitting regulations of the lives, a group of people, tribes, ethnics, or even nation. Therefore, understanding Indonesian Wastra can be a reflection of knowing the expectations of Indonesian culture that have been conveyed from generation to generations until now. Meanwhile, the position of women in almost different culture society were seen as inferior in ability and powerless, while men were seen in more better position and capability. We assume that it is also happened in almost ethnic groups in Indonesia. So we come up within research questions that there has not been much research done that analyzes Wastra from the perspective of communication studies. By attempting to explain how visual message written in the Wastra, this study focusing on was on message for women. Literature review, we try to explore Wastra as communication product and also Wastra as communicating identity. Wastra as communication product involving dynamic process that encompasses kind of transactional process, embracing social phenomenon that produces and shares meaning. Weberian consideration perceive that within social interaction, each individual actively receive and respond variety of meaningful symbol based on self-consciousness. Wastra is reflecting identity which are formed by implicate the exchanging meaning in social group or community. That was a conclusion from Nugroho and Nurdin and also Damayanti. Identity is the result of the construction of community group that involve communications process. This construction process is built along with the passage of life history, which include physical environment such as geographical and biological conditions, and also a collection of phenomenology of human life experiences from time to time. So therefore, Wastra is associated with culture and tradition. Clothing comes from Sanskerta busana, which is well known as busana in Indonesian language. Fabrianto tried to explain that it is referred to nice and beautiful clothes which are suitable, comfort look, and accordingly with the context situation. In here, communications can be understood as the process of acting on the basis information. So while you are clothing, it also means that you give meaning or information to others. In questioning who you are as well as your identity can be reflected within the clothes that you wear. For example, while you are going to Japan, America, or maybe going to Europe and you are wearing batik, people will easily recognize you as Indonesian. That's because Batiks is already well known or popular as national identity of Indonesia. This study is using qualitative descriptive research approach. There are 7 wastra clothes which are reviewed in our research. There are Bugis, Tenun Ikat Flores, Songket Palembang, Tapis Lampung, Sumba Mamuli, Ulos, and also Bali Grising. Data was also obtained through interviewing with 5 informants who were wastra collector and actively using social media to campaign Indonesian heritage. These are some of our wastra, which has been reviewed, and you can see it also in our research paper. So in sum, we made this table to make the finding easily to understand. As you can see there are 6 areas that we resume. We can be easily recognized where wastra is produced because it is using natural symbols, dimensions of colors, elements, size, and also local material. So in here, wastra can reflecting identity of cultures and area, tribes, or even ethnic group where the wastra is produced. From interviewing informants, we found also that wastra also reflecting social status. There are some wastra can be used for people in general, and there are some wastra that cannot people in general use it. It is special for certain people. There are some for daily use and there are some for other special occasions. It is regulating layer social status in society. You also found that wastra is made only by women. Some wastra also has function as requirement or eligibility while a woman entering married stage. The one who has not finished making wastra could not getting married yet. In here, wastra is like a training for women to have a certain character. Because making wastra will not take a short time, it take a long time, weeks, months, and maybe years. And it is the skillful ability. So if a woman has finished wastra, it means that she has certain character as, for example, elegance, holiness, patience, endurance, courage, because making wastra is not easy. And also beauty, because wastra is very nice, an art, beauty art, fertility, and also have good manner as women. So as a conclusions, wastra has a potential not only a special clothing for women, but also a trendsetter for fashion styles. The engagement of wastra with the nature and social context can be seen as a guide for women to live in the social community. Wastra is reflecting social identity about ethical expectations, attitudes, and behavior of women and also society in general. And our recommendation for this research is providing a new academic reference for researchers and scholars on wastra traditional heritage of Indonesia because it provides an empirical overview. The attractiveness of message and social expectation of society in the role of women in Indonesia. Meanwhile, we admit that this list have limitation. It is not only have a pictures about all Wastra, is only a certain pictures about Wastra. So there are still lots of aspects that can be explored from the study of Indonesian Wastra heritage. So I think it's all. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this will be make interested for all of you with the Wastra. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.